Hello. Hello. How am I today? I'm tired. Had an eventful day at work today. Just a lot of stuff going on, but I survived. And then I got some food for my family, and then I ate some food, and then I sat down, and now here I am. I feel bad though because when I finished up everything at work and I closed the store, I locked it, I turned on the alarm, and I was at the door like, wow, I got everything done pretty early today. That's awesome. I love getting things done early. And then I forgot there was an order that someone put I packed it like half an hour ago. I don't know why the driver took half an hour to get there, but you know, sometimes that happens. Sometimes that happens. I guess you just got a lot of other stuff going on, and then right as I was leaving, like driving away, I looked back and I saw someone at the door, like parked in front of our store, ready to pick up that order, and I was like, oh fuck. It was like one cigarette box though, so I'm sure the person will be fine. I could cancel it, order it tomorrow, it'll be awesome. I still feel bad though. I should have remembered that order. But yeah, that's how my day's been. Work. The usual, pretty much. Actually, I had a shorter shift today than usual. Tomorrow I have my usual 8 hours, so that was okay at least. But I don't know, it's like, with time, it like doesn't feel that different. Like the 4 hour and 8 hour, they feel exact same amount of time to me. Like, I don't know why. It's better for the health, true. I am helping them save money and also quit totally by realizing, hey, maybe this isn't worth the money. It's so crazy to me whenever people get tiny orders off of like DoorDash and Uber Eats though, because it's like that stuff's so wait. Okay, there we go. I didn't realize my little program wasn't on the screen. But yeah, it's kind of delivery is expensive, you know? So then I see people order like, oh, I'll just get a soda and some chips, or like, oh, I'll just get like a tiny like thing of salt, and it's just like, I don't know. Did you need the DoorDash that? Like, I understand like sometimes you just can't go. I don't know. Sometimes orders are so tiny. I'm like, was it worth the delivery costs? Or just like drinking water per day? I don't know. But then again, I used to use that stuff. And then I got a driver's license, and now I'm just like, I don't know, I just don't see a point in it anymore. I could just go places now. It's just like, even if it's like hella fun parking, I'm like, at least it'll be cheaper in the long run. So that motivates me. Yeah, I could drive wherever I want now. No one could stop me. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents though. I used to like use it like the deals. I used to like scope out a bunch of deals and stuff, and I had a bunch of reward points from using apps and shit. Now I just don't. It's too much effort. There's too many apps these days. I just can't keep track anymore, and Uber Eats still sends me emails like, come back. Come back. Come back. We would like to give you some deals. Go to this restaurant. We miss you. We have so many new restaurants. And it's like, you do not have a place in my life anymore. But yeah. Oh my god, my throat. My throat gummed up for a second there. Yeah, that's true. Some people can't go. They gotta get that DoorDash salt because they really need it for like health things, and they can't go. Yeah, that's fair though. That's fair. But yeah, tonight I was going to work on my little web novel project because I feel like it. It's been a couple days since I've set aside the proper time to work on it, and in my brain that's 2 days too many. So I have it up right. I have it up on here. I can, and I'm like, I'm going to get this chapter done, or so help me. Unfortunately, I have the censorship Toby on the screen. Well, actually, let me There we are. Now you can see what people are saying. Censorshiptopia is on the screen. So you can't see too much of what's going on. You can see 2 lines, that's all you get. my funny my internet's dropping, no. It's okay, it'll recover. It just does this. It just hates me sometimes. Yeah, I got my censorshiptopia on the screen. We're ready to put words on the page. And I don't put words on the page. But you know, I think it worked today. There is one thing that I just need to complain about real quick. So at our work, we had like this old, cause like we're kind of like a slash grocery store slash liquor store. So we have a lot of like, you know, expiring food, perishable food, and we gotta keep track of that. And we had an old system. It was basically just like a simple list program. Basically, whenever we got stuff in, it would be like, you have to scan it, get the expiration date in, and then it will keep a list of expiries for each day. And it's like, you check it, and it's like, oh, that's expired today, and you go check, and you could throw stuff out of the system with it. It was nice. It was easy. It was so beautiful. And then they decided, this system's very self-managing. A lot of people aren't really using it in a lot of stores. It's obvious that what we need to do is just make a way more intrusive system that makes it so instead of self-managing like the list of expiries, we'll just like you'll only be able to change it when the computer lets you, which is an awesome choice. So what happened was they put us on this new system, the task-based system, so the computer would make tasks of what it thinks is expiring soon. And if the counts are off, then you have to like do a recount in a completely separate task. And the thing is, like, if you find expirations that aren't, the system like is not acknowledged, like, if there's no expirations in this item, and you can tell like a few of them are expired, and if you correct the dates in the system and throw out the items, then they're still in the system, even though you put the dates are expired. And then it just doesn't take them out. And now you have these missing items, so that like especially if you're throwing out like an entire like shell, like a entire like drink, like say like you have like these cherry sodas and you see they're very expired, so you put the dates in the system when it asks you to, and then you throw them out, but you don't actually do like the proper expiration task where actually it's like take these items and throw them out. Then they'll still be in the system, and then nobody can get rid of them because you need to scan the UPC code and not the other internal code system we have. So now it's just become a huge mess. Because at this point, it's like I'm scared to throw away things that are obviously expired on the shelf, because then it might mess up the system, and I don't know where else. Like, I put them to the side maybe, and then someone throws them out. Even though I put a note that says, "Don't throw this out, we need to take it out of the system." It's a headache. But it's okay, I don't need to think about that right now. Now they have us, we used to, also even worse, we used to have 25 a day, but people were just not doing them because it sucks. And now they're making us do 100 a day. I don't know why. It takes forever to do even like 10 of them. But it's okay. I'm free. I'm free. I don't have to think about work. I don't have to think about work. And I won't have to think about work for a while, actually, because I'm going on vacation in a couple weeks, actually. Or a couple weeks. Yeah, actually a couple weeks. Half a month is like 2 weeks and a half. More like it. And I'll be gone for a couple weeks. I'll be in a different time zone. Like, I'm flying across the ocean. I'm going to a European country. I'm gonna do many things with some friends, like go to museums and eat good food and go to the theme park. It's gonna be awesome. I'm really looking forward to it, because it's like I have been on a couple trips before, but this is my first like really big trip with like friends, and it's like really big. Like I've done it like a few days. Oh yeah, similar situations. People who can't do their job, they're just fun. It's fun. It's so fun to have this. No, it's not fun. It's hard having to pick up the slack for bad systems and bad coworkers. Thank you. I'm very looking forward to it. I have so many things I want to do. I'm most looking forward to the food, honestly. I kinda like good food. There are a couple places I'm eyeing right now. Like, there's like a really good like hot pot place I'm eyeing, and also looking at some other restaurants. I'm like, ooh, this sound good. There's one like a Jamaican place that has like jerk chicken, and I love jerk chicken. There's no good Jamaican food where I live, so it's like I don't think there's any Jamaican food. So it's like, ooh, I want some of that. I'm a devourer of many foods, and I do like chicken quite a bit. I like chicken, I like fish, I like pork. I can go, I'm 50-50 on beef, it depends. I don't like it when it's really cooked. But I also don't like it when it's too flappy. I don't know. I'm also like not really big on like fat on meat, especially beef. I don't know why. I just like I try to eat it, but then it's just like I don't know. I think I just don't like savory soft stuff, which is fat. But it's weird because I like fish. I like raw fish like a lot. I could eat that shit all the time if it didn't have a bunch of mercury in it. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a picky thing. I used to not like mushrooms actually, like a lot. I hated mushrooms so bad. I tried eating them as like a kid, and I would just I actually like my mom was like, you have to eat these mushrooms. They're the only vegetables on this plate. You have to eat them. And I ate one and I threw it back up. And then I don't know what happened. Then one day I just was like, mushrooms are awesome. Actually, I know what happened. I went on a trip when I was a kid. So I was part of the band. I wasn't very good at it. I played the clarinet. I could not hit the high notes. I don't know how I managed to fake it for long enough, but I quit like after a couple of years. But I was in the band, and we went to like a trip to like a campground. So we did like some performances in the area, and we did like a barbecue on our last night, and they had burgers, and there was a vegan option, and I wanted the meat burger. I wanted the beef burger. But the lady misheard me and she's like, oh, portobello? And I was like, no, but she already put it on my plate. So I had to eat it. I took one bite and I was like, this is really good actually. And then now I like mushrooms. I like them quite a bit. And I like cream and mushroom soup quite a bit too. I just like mushrooms in general. I like to use cream and mushroom as like a sauce sometimes. Which is kind of... But it just tastes good. It's like a little earthy taste. I like mushrooms. And I also mushrooms, I like fish. What other foods do I like? Oh, I like chicken. I said chicken. I like chicken wings. But I don't like them with... Actually that's not true. I like them with bone-in or boneless, but I prefer boneless, even if it's just basically a nugget at that point. But I can eat them with the bone-in too. They're pretty good. And I like pork, but actually I prefer pork with the bone. I think more often. Actually, no, I like pork loin. Pork loin quite a bit. What foods do I? System full of bugs since January 2024. I keep reminding them and talk to my boss about it several times. The response now is, we're changing the whole system soon, so it doesn't make sense to fix current bugs. That's crazy. I'm still waiting for soon to come. Yeah, 2024. That's a very long time. That's not good. They better change it soon. Soon. Not soon. In months at that point. Soon is such a word. people are like, oh, it'll be done soon. It's like, so like, my definition of soon or your definition of soon? Because mine is like, soon. Well, you could just be like, whenever I feel like it. That's why I'm like, I can never take that kind of answer. I'm always like, so a month, day, week, give me something here. So speaking of out of date systems, like almost 2 years. That's not good. Then again, I feel like Texture is always just putting it off until something very bad happens. I see you. I feel like I remember I saw like a thing about like how like air traffic controllers still work with computers that use floppy disks and shit. And like I know like my work uses computers that are like on Windows 7 still. And I'm like, you use like bank stuff on its computer. Shouldn't you be more careful? Like you do money stuff on here. Shouldn't you click that little update button there? Or just, I don't know, get a new computer? Literally anything? Wouldn't anything be an improvement here? But I'm not the one responsible for that, so they can just do whatever they want. It's still scary though. I can't imagine it. I think I still have an old laptop laying around that has Windows 7, but like I doubt if it still even works. It's been years and years. I think I threw it out actually at this point. Because when I hear Windows 7, I'm like, I think I was like 11 when I last used a computer. No, I was 12. I was 13. Wait. 16? Even then, that was like almost a decade ago, so that's kind of a big time leap there, you know? Computers. I had to get a new computer recently, and I think I mentioned that, but now I'm like, both my main PC and my laptop are on Windows 11 now officially. It's like, I don't like this. I didn't really like Windows 10 much either, but I didn't like sometimes Windows 11 is just like, oopsie, I did a little poopsie, and I can't tell you why, and I have to go out of my way to figure out why, and it's like or like, yeah, Windows 7. I'm not joking. I was like asked to do like some update stuff once, and I went to like my manager's computer, and I was like trying to like, cause like there was a separate like instruction thing for if you're still using Windows 7, and I was just like, well, I should probably double check. It's probably not Windows 7, but it does look familiar like Windows 7. It doesn't look like 8 or older or 10 or whatever. And I checked and like, okay, it's 7. That's awesome. Oh, it's changing to 11 soon. Oh yeah. Okay, that soon is a really soon. Oh yeah, because I know they're ending support for Windows 10, I think. End of the year? Oh, soon. Oh, good luck. That's all I can say. I haven't had like any catastrophically bad experiences, at least with 11. Like I hear horror stories of people who are like, I updated and it destroyed half of my files, and then when I try to open anything it explodes or something. Or like some really bad bugs, but I haven't got anything like that at least. I think the only frustrating time was like, I think it was when I first got my computer, I don't know why, but like I could not find the either like, I don't know what happened, but I couldn't find the setting to let me run like uncertified programs. Like I think because it was moved compared to Windows 10, it took me forever to figure out how to get it to work, and I was like, I know this program, let me run it, Windows 11! I'm not done! Oh yeah, that's soon. Gotta get those computers updated. You can't let them be vulnerable. The only reason you're safe is because you're still getting updates. The second you're not getting updates, you're in the danger zone, buddy. Good. Computer safety. Yeah, I remember like we threw it out years ago. But we used to have like two home computers. We went through two home computers in my house. The first one, like now I have my computer where the home computer used to be, but it's not the problem with 11. It's the number of employees I have to check what to update the computer for. It's a big company. Oh, a big company. That's not fun. I can imagine that you chase someone down and be like, hey, have you updated yet? And they're like, I forgot. I'll do it later. And then they don't do it later. And yeah. People that don't do things. People that drag their feet in doing things. Or people that are just hard to try chase down. They don't check their emails. That doesn't sound fun. But yeah, I have my family computer history is funny because originally we had like I think we had a Windows XP, but it was really old. I remember like it was old even for like when I was a tiny baby child. I would play Toontown on it, and then it would just like not be able to run Toontown. It froze a lot. My mom would be like, you have to go to bed now, and I'd be like, wait, I'm trying to finish this battle, and then it froze in the middle of the battle, and I have to just close the game right then and there. So we replaced it with another PC, but my mom is not very internet safe. So like within the year, it had like a bunch of viruses on it and like weird stuff, and I'm pretty sure like some mining programs and shit because it was really slow. And she would just be like, no, it's fine, and I'd be like, so you tell me I'm not good with computers, and then you go and put viruses on the family computer, so no one really ever used it. They bought it, she ruined it, and no one ever used it. Then I threw it out. And now I just have my own right here because she just uses her phone. She just uses her phone, my dad just uses the phone. My sister has her own, and now I'm free to do whatever I want. I have a bunch of stickers on it. I forgot the worst thing is I got this computer when I got back to Homestuck a couple of years ago. So it has a bunch of stickers of those characters on it because I got like a pack of them. A couple packs of them off of Etsy. I got really back. I reread the whole thing, and now I'm forever reminded every time I look. And now it's kind of scary to think about Homestuck because of the recent news. They're just like, yeah, the owner is loves suing people and hates me. And hates preserving his own work. And then one day later, hey, Vivsy Pop is making a Homestuck cartoon for the comic that you can't read, except you can. You can, but not officially. It's crazy. You know, it's crazy how, like, they're always like the internet is forever, so you have to be careful what you put on it. But the internet is slowly becoming less forever. Like, stuff can actually disappear sometimes. And it's like, but it's like, I mean, you still gotta be safe, you know? Like, you could do things with the assumption that it might be on there forever, but honestly, it's like, so much stuff can get lost. Or edited, or just disappear, and it's just crazy to think about. Like, I used to download a lot of I don't remember the site for it exactly, but like there's lots of Vocaloid album sites that used to be around where you could just download albums straight off of them that aren't anymore. And I used to have a bunch of them saved on like a Google email. I also had some like Toho remix albums on there. I have them saved on there, and it's crazy to think that like some of the like really obscure ones, like what if I have the only upload in existence because everyone else just let it like disappear. Like I can only like for like really popular Vocaloid producer, Naru P. I have his album World Domination How To saved, and like I can only find it on YouTube if it's like with Spanish subtitles. I can only find it with Spanish subtitles on YouTube because he never put on streaming services. There's so many good songs in there too. And honestly, I like it better than his newer album. I forgot what it's called, Love Song something something. That one's a good album too. And then I don't like his newer music that much, but it's still pretty good. It's crazy. And then I even have like the whole like an entire archive of the Yu-Gi-Oh manga saved in my drive too, because I read through that in high school and I loved it. It's awesome. I love the Yu-Gi-Oh manga. And it's like, is it still out there? Is this archive maybe all that's left? Probably not, but you never know. Honestly, scans aren't very good either. Like half of it is like really weird, but it's still crazy to think about easy things can be gone. Like there's stuff that like I've deleted off my accounts that like if I didn't archive it, it would just be gone. Like all the like fanfic I wrote, all the like weird shit I put up on the internet when I was like 13 and then took down years later because I got embarrassed. If past me didn't think, I should save a copy of this, there's no way it would be on like any like catch web page thing anymore. And then there's the fact that like the Internet Archive is constantly under attack. And now they have all that fucking like oh, give your ID to this third-party company that totally won't leak it if you want to look at a boob. Or if you want to go on a website that may contain a boob on it, then you have to verify your ID. And it's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be known. I just want to do my thing over here. I know YouTube's doing that fucking if you're under 18, then we have to verify your ID thing. I don't think I've gotten a pop-up about it. Probably because I've had YouTube Premium for a few years. So I hope they wouldn't think I'm a minor. They better not. I have a bank account. Leave me out of this. I had a bank account when I was 16 too. And it's kind of funny to think about too, because I remember when I had a bank account at 16. Oh, hi Naughty Potty. Hi, nice having you here. I had a bank account when I was 16. And it was I could buy Emerald games off of like smaller retails. Like I bought Danganronpa V3 when it first came out, the limited edition, with my very first paycheck. My very first paycheck was spent on Danganronpa. And they let me buy it, no problem. But when I tried to buy like a Emerald game from GameStop, it was like, you need to verify you're over 18 with some information. And I was like, damn. But it's crazy that the normal retail site for it just didn't ask. They didn't care. Does Amazon even ask, or is it just like a button? I don't even know. I mean, at the end of the day, I think if you're old enough to like get yelled at by strangers, you might be able to handle like blood and shit. Like they don't really sell like, I think like anything like big crazy. Like if you're just going to like GameStop and stuff, I don't know. Money well spent. True. I was so excited. I remember when I was like way younger. I almost got the limited edition for Danganronpa. The original, like the Vita version, Danganronpa, the first release. And I didn't get it because something happened. And now it's like probably worth a bunch of money. I'm just like, damn it. I wouldn't have sold it though. I like the series. I would never have sold it. But still, I missed out. I actually got a Vita, like, for the sake of playing Danganronpa on it. But I never actually got the game on Vita. I only ever got it like in the Dual Collection on PS4. Because the store I was at, obviously they didn't actually have Danganronpa. They had They didn't have that many Vita games. Nobody bought Vita games, really, at that store. It was like, mostly what I could find, the only game they actually had on Vita, I think they had Freedom Wars and Persona 4 Golden. So I got Persona 4 Golden, and a week later I came back and got Freedom Wars. And then, what other games do I have in the... I have Persona 4 Dancing. I like Persona 4 Dancing. I haven't ever played the other dancing games. If they ever do like a dual pack on PC, I might check them out. But I don't think they'll ever bother to port those things. They should just put all the games together and just release them on PC. Oh, that'd be nice. Oh yeah, and then I also got Hatsune Miku too. Hatsune Miku game. And that's all I ever... No. I'm lying. I also got Steins Gate. And this guy, the Afternoon of Darkness, I think? I don't think I've played much of it though. I promise I gotta get back to it one day. I should just jailbreak my Vita at this point. Because I already did that to my 3DS. I got it just the homebrew specifically. I got a new 3DS. Because I only had 2DS before and I wanted the full power. And then I got the biggest card, like SD card I could. And I homebrewed it. And now I have like way too many games on it. I downloaded like everything that looks cool. And now it's like full games. And I should also homebrew my Wii U because they have like the Pretendo network. I could play the original Splatoon again. I should have played it before they put the servers down, but I forgot. I don't even know if the controller still works, but I should. I gotta homebrew my Wii U. And I can't wait till they have good homebrewing stuff for the Switch too. Like, I know that there's definitely stuff you could probably do, but I just don't want to get my account banned. I want to wait until they don't give a shit about it anymore. So I could just, until I get like a Switch 2, which is not gonna happen for a long time. I'll probably get one when Splatoon 4 comes out though, because I'm kind of a Splatoon addict. I've been into the series for years, like since the first entry, and I've played like every entry. So as soon as Splatoon 4 drops, you bet I'm gonna be on it. But until they get that game out, I'm not touching it. I know they have Splatoon Raiders, but it looks like there's a spin-off, and I don't think it'll have multiplayer functions, or at least anything where I'll feel like I'm missing out on if I don't get it immediately. But I don't know yet. I'll have to see. If it really is, like, something I feel I'll miss out on if I don't get a release, I might consider. But also I don't think I have the money for that anyway, so maybe next year. And there's also Pokemon coming out. But I don't need a Switch 2 for Pokemon. It's just gonna improve the performance. I don't think I need that, honestly. I'm good. I can wait. I can just play my Switch 2. I'm not Switch 2. My original. I don't have a Switch 2. I could just play an original. You'd rather watch people play than play yourself. That's fair, honestly. For me, it depends on the game. Like, if it's like I'm not good at like really precision stuff. So it's like, if I get stuck on a game, I'll just watch the rest of it on YouTube just to see how it ends. Like I've done that for a few games. Well, there's this one game. Okay, first there's a series called Drawn to Life, and basically, I bit my tongue. Basically, it's like it was two games on the DS and one game on the Wii, and it had a really freaky plot for being like a little cutesy drawing game. And then they came out with like a sequel, like years later, for like mobile phones and PC. And I heard it was really mid, but I finally bought it after years because I wanted to see like how mid it was. And like, it would be one thing if it was mid, because it was not mid. It was actively detrimental to my sanity with how bad that game was. Like, it was really buggy. It was a puzzle game, but it was a puzzle platformer. And the bugginess mid-platforming so hard. Like, it had really inconsistent, like, just spacing on, like, stuff. So I would, like, miss jumps really easily, and there was some, like, really, like, hard puzzles. And I just, on one of them, it was just, I was actively, like, losing my shit because it was a really long stretch. And mind you, you have to complete stuff on a timer. So if you miss jumps, that's, like, you don't know how many seconds off your time. And it was just too tight, and I just couldn't do it. And I was like, I could do so many beautiful things with my life. And then I just uninstalled the game, and I watched to see how it ended, and it was just not worth it. And I'm just very glad I did not keep going, because that was not worth it. There's so many things in life that are worth it, and that was not worth it. But it depends. I do like getting the front row experience, but also I also find it fun watching other people play games. I also find it fun too when I play a game with like big story stuff and I go out to see how other people have reacted to twists. My favorite thing these days is like opening up people's 100-line playthroughs and just clicking through to see if they played the routes that I like the most and what they thought about them. I love it. It's hard though because so many people don't like, because everyone's playthroughs are all over the place because there's so many choices. But it's okay. It's okay. I always like it easily watch people react to the big twist at the end of the first round consistently. That one's funny. Ah, twist games. I also like seeing like people like voice act visual novels. That's fun too. I wanna do like a fun voice acting with visual novel thing with friends one day. Sometimes I like kinda do them, but then they fall apart really easily. And it's just like, no! I want the funny character. I want the voice of funny characters. Oh well, though. One day. Alright, I've been yapping for like 40 minutes without realizing it. I need to get work done. I'm gonna do my little timer. Oh, this beautiful calming track is playing to get me the focus. Okay. There we go. Timer. The screen cannot possibly get any busier. Alright. I need to... There we go. Mm-hmm. Mm. 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 Yay! There we go. Had to fix the spelling typo. There we go. We got a very good chunk. I'm almost done with this chapter. Yay! A very good sprint. I'm gonna stretch my back a little bit. I need to not shrimp when I type. It's very important not to shrimp. Because I need my back. I need it to not be in pain. I actually don't have back pain. I don't have back pain. I don't have back pain yet. I'm not that old. I'm sure it'll hit me in a few years, so... I used to actually have back pain. Like, it's weird. It was a weird chapter in my life. But when I was in college, I would have like really bad back pain. Like, at first it was like every month or so. Like, I would just have a night where my back would like feel like it had a knot in it. A really painful knot. And then I would just have to go to bed. I wouldn't be able to survive like that. So I just went to bed on those nights. And then it started happening more frequently. It was like every week. And then it was like every night my back would just have this painful knot in it. And then one night I was like, okay, I'll just go to bed. Like usual, whatever. This is my life now, I guess. I should probably go see a doctor about it soon. As possible. And then I laid there, and then my chest started hurting the same way. And then my entire body just really hurt, and I was like, this does not feel healthy. I'm really in a lot of pain here. So I had to go to the ER at like 2 a.m. in the morning. And I was in my PJs, and it was very uncomfortable. And I got there. I couldn't drive at the time. I didn't have my driver's license yet. So I had to rely on the goodwill of somebody else. Because I asked like the RA, because she was the only person awake, and she's like, I unfortunately cannot, which is fair. Because like some like regulation thing, I guess. So someone else took me. And I was like there for like over an hour. And I remember it was like generally like the worst night of my life, I think. Not the worst night of my life. I'm sure I had worse nights. But that was one of the worst like trips of the year of my life. Because I was there. And I was lying down, I was in a lot of pain, and like, alright, we're gonna give you some muscle relaxers, and we'll see if that helps, because we don't know what else to do. So they hit with the muscle relaxer. And I remember it was like, it kind of made me really sleepy, and I was also already kind of sleepy. But I couldn't sleep, like, in a hospital. Like, I was waiting there for a while for them to like, give me some kind of results or something, or some kind of second step on what to do. And the muscle relaxer did not help, one bit. I was still in pain, but I was also half asleep. But I was also just like feeling like shit, so I would dream. I was like half dreaming, and I would just feel the pain in my sleep. And it was the worst thing ever, because I just wanted to go home and actually sleep in my bed. It was like, because like, I guess the muscle relaxer, like, they made me sleepy, but they also made it so I couldn't sleep. It was hard to describe, but it sucked. So then I was stuck there for over an hour, and they finally let me go home. They gave me a prescription for muscle relaxers, more of them. I decided I never picked it up. I didn't want those fucking things, so I didn't pick them up. And the person who drove me there kindly drove me back, obviously. They drove me back, and oops. And then I went back, and I tried to go get some sleep. It didn't work. Unfortunately, I slept like 2 hours exactly, and I couldn't sleep anymore. But the pain was going away at least. The pain was finally fading. I didn't... Maybe the muscle relaxers did work just way later than they should have. I don't know. And I went about my day really tired, but I couldn't sleep. And then finally, they started like... The not sleepy effect started going away. Like around 6. And I just immediately passed out. Like, I couldn't do it anymore. My body's like, good night. And ever since that night, I never had pain like that ever again. Well, actually, no, I lied. Then I started having chest pain episodes for a while, but I haven't had one in a while. So that's nice. Honestly, I think those chest pain episodes were because of my old job. So I was stressed from that job. Because I stopped as soon as I quit. But yeah, weird back pain. I still don't know what caused those episodes though. Because they were like really consistent for a while, and then they started like getting really frequent. And I don't know if it could have been stress, but it's weird that they just kind of just happened out of nowhere. I don't know. The body, what's up with that? weird unexplained health things that I never had to figure out. But you know what? I'm glad. I don't have back pain like that anymore. It's terrible. I can't. Chronic pain inhibitors are so strong. I'm a weak little baby when it comes to pain. I'm not good at it. I have one pain and I'm like, oh, this is the worst day of my life. This is the worst thing ever. I can't handle it. But you know, in terms of, it could be, in terms of like weak little baby things, actually. I have another medical related story. This one's a bit, like, it's a little like, I won't get into the TMI part, but TDLR colonoscopy, I had to get a colonoscopy because my sister had precancer polyps and she's only like a couple years older than me. And my dad also has them, like has had them for like a while, like, but he's like old, so he's been getting the screening, so he's good. And my sister only got the screening because she was having issues with her stomach and they just wanted to like double check everything was all good in there basically. And then they're like, oh shit. So we found this. This is not what we were looking for. We found this. And then they're like, do you have any siblings? And I'm like, yeah, I have a sister. And it's like, they're like, get your sister checked before she dies. Well, not before I die. I wasn't at risk of dying. But like before, like, you know, because like they don't start screening until like 50 or 45 or something. So like, but now people are getting like colon cancer like younger. Like, you know, there was that one actor that died because he got colon cancer, but because he wasn't getting the screenings, they didn't realize until it was like too late, kinda. But yeah, they had to do that. And honestly, the procedure was fine. It's not scary at all. I was awake for mine. It was whatever. The real bad part, the real shitty part, again, the real shitty part of the colonoscopy is the prep. Because they gave me this whole jug to drink, and I had to drink one jug. They gave me 2 jugs actually. I had to drink one the night before the procedure, like a couple hours before I went to bed. I had to have the whole thing drink by then, and then I had to get up 4 hours before my procedure and spend the next 2 hours drinking that drink and also a whole bunch of water before my procedure. And it tasted so bad. My mom was like, it's like flat lemonade. It doesn't taste the best, but like just wash it down with stuff. Oh my god. I got some ginger ale to wash it down with because I thought that would help. And it just tasted so bad. I mixed it with the ginger ale and I generally just wanted to throw up after like drinking a fourth of it. And my strategy to get through it was I basically made some chicken broth, like just powdered chicken broth, so it's just pure liquid. So it's part of because I had to do like clear liquid for like, well, not clear, but it had to be liquid only diet for the day and for the next day. Next day it's like, no, I could still drink chicken broth. I basically had to get it down by drinking like the drink and then drinking the chicken broth immediately after to wash out the taste. And I managed to get the first jug down, but I could not finish the second one. I got halfway through and I was like, if I drink any more, I am going to throw up and I have to stop drinking this in 5 minutes. So I gave up. And I was like, that's fine, it'll be enough. And it was enough. It was enough, so I didn't have to like go back later and do that whole thing again. It was awful. I never want to do it again, but I'll probably have to do it in like 10 years. Okay, 35-year-old me, you got this, don't worry. You got this. A future problem for future me to deal with. Medical stuff. I'm so glad. I always say I don't have to deal with too much. I don't have any like weird chronic conditions. Because we do actually have some chronic condition stuff in our family, but I dodged most of it. I unfortunately did not dodge the sleep apnea, but I dodged most of it. I'm a pretty healthy dude. I don't have to take any medications daily or anything. It's pretty good. Yeah. I don't even take ibuprofen that much, honestly. I used to have to for like some stuff, but lately I just haven't. And I've been, though there's like, I used to be really bad at taking pills though. Like I remember when I got wisdom tooth surgery and I have to take like the antibiotics for that, and I had to like melt it down in little pieces before I could take it, and I'm pretty sure it diminished the actual effectiveness of it. But it was fine. I didn't get any infections. It was awesome. Though the funny thing is, when I did get my wisdom teeth removed, they tried to give me ibuprofen before the procedure, so I wouldn't be in like pain when I woke up, but I couldn't do it. I threw it back up because I was so stressed from the idea of the procedure. I just couldn't do it, and they were just like, alright, we're just gonna rip those teeth out right now, get in the room. And I was crying. I get so scared. I used to be so scared of dentist stuff. I'm getting better. I'm getting better at my fears now. I was really scared of the dentist for a while. And that's because I have a really sensitive gag reflex, which makes me kind of a pain to do dentist stuff for, but I've been getting very, very better at it. And I've been able to handle going to the dentist better. Like when I had a cavity filling, when did it happen? 2 years ago, I think? Oh, that was so bad. I couldn't handle it. The thing is, like, it wasn't even the drill. Like, I was fine with the drilling, because they just put a drill in there, just go to, and I was like, whatever, man, I don't care. It was when they had to stick a bunch of tubes in to try the paste. That's what got me, with the cavity filling. Because once again, sensitive gag reflex. It was very I could not stop gagging, and they would just not give me a break. They're just like, we have to fill it now. And I was like, okay, I'll try again. And then I would just start throwing up again. So I guess it's not really a fear thing. It's more like dentists that don't know how to deal with my gag reflex. And like they would suggest like using numbers. They tried using numbers once, and it made it so much worse. Because now I feel like I have a big foreign object in my mouth. So I would just make my gag reflex way more sensitive, and then they kept suggesting it for the next few appointments. Like, it didn't help. Why do you keep doing this? I keep telling you guys, that's not the problem here. I don't know. I can still feel it even when it's numb. I don't know. It's like there's a little pressure, you know? Maybe it's just not numb enough. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't know. So I guess it's less a fear, because I don't really get scared when they put the tools in my mouth. It's just I gag really easily, and I have people constantly try to push it. I have a dentist that constantly tries to push it, but we've gotten better. We're in a groove now. I'm flossing my teeth and taking very good care of them, so there'll be no more cavities. But then the day will come where I have to fill the cavity again. I'm not looking forward to that. It's okay though. It's okay. Once they get the drug, they can grow new teeth. It'll be awesome. I'm so excited. Like, actually, I'm like, because one of my biggest fears is like losing teeth and having to deal with implants and stuff. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I wouldn't be able to get used to implants in my mouth, and I would just constantly feel as a foreign object. So that's always been one of my biggest fears. So the idea of like I could just take a pill and have new teeth in my mouth, it's just, oh, that's such a dream. I love modern science. I love fucking with nature to make things more convenient. Let's do that more often. Yeah, dentist. I don't know, I'm better at stuff now at least. Like, I used to be really scared of vaccines and needles and stuff. Like a shark! Actually, yeah, I think the sharks are like the basis for the research. Like, they kind of looked into why sharks can regrow teeth, and they're like, huh, if we suppress this gene, I think it's like a gene or something? I don't know. Don't quote me. But I think if you look it up, you can find it. It's like, they suppress something that stops us from regrowing teeth, and then they can regrow the teeth. But I don't know if, like, I think they still probably would need to figure out, like, how to get it in, like, specific places, so you're not just regrowing your entire mouth. Because that would be kind of inconvenient and painful. But if they can pull it off, that'd be, like, If they could pull it off, and also if it can be affordable to people, the keyword there, that could generally like change the game. Like, it could be like, alright, so you could take this pill for like $5, or you could get $1,000 implant. Like, honestly, that's a game changer right there, TBH. Okay. Oh yeah, speaking of game changers, you know, like vaccines. I used to be very scared of needles, but I've gotten over it. I was scared. I was so scared as a kid. They would have to hold me down to give me shots. Like I was getting the measles or chickenpox or something, and did they have a chickenpox shot? And I'd be thinking smallpox. I think that's what it was, smallpox. And they would have to hold me down. I remember I was like, I can't do it. I can't. Like, all right, we'll just hold you down. Like, but I've gotten better. I just don't look. I don't look when they put the needle in anymore, and that helps a lot. I'm gonna look at my phone over here, and you can do what you need to do, and do not tell me when you're putting the needle. Just go ahead and do it over there, where I can't see. And I'll be fine. I won't even be scared. But yeah, I am still gonna conquer my fears. Now I'm gonna conquer another fear. My fear of flying for a very long time. I'm gonna do that in like 2.5 weeks, because I'm flying across the ocean. I think it's weird because I think about that trip. Like, I think it's gonna be like I don't even know how long it takes to fly over the ocean. 10 hours? Like, where I'm going. I think about it sometimes, I'm like, I'm okay, I can do it, no problem. And then other times I think, I'm going to die as soon as we start ascending. I think it's just the ascent that's scary to me. Once I'm in the air, it's like, fine. But the longest I've been in an airplane is like 3 hours. This is gonna be a lot longer. It's weird though. Like, I know technically it's less safe to fly over the ocean, I think, statistically. But I think I'd find it less scary to fly over the ocean. I guess my brain's like, if we fall on terrain, we will crash and die in a blaze. While if we fall in the ocean, at least I know how to swim. I'm gonna bring my laptop on the trip. And when I get on that plane and we mellow out, and they're like, okay, you can bring out your electronics and here's your snacks, I'm gonna pull out my computer and I'm gonna think about my OCs for 10 hours. And that's how I'll survive the trip. I won't even, it'll just pass me by. It'll be awesome. And it helps, like, I'm gonna be flying with a friend. And my friend, I think, has done his fair share of international trips. So I think it's like that, and he's very shy. So I think I can be brave. If he's brave, I can be brave too. Planes are, I used to really love planes, but I don't know what happened. I used to love planes when I was a kid. I used to love looking at the window, and then I just got really scared all of a sudden. And then over the, like, a few years ago, I just was like, these are scary, and now I have a hard time flying. But if I have to, I can do it. I'll just do it scared. But I think, like, I've been trying to help my fear recently by, like, learning more about how planes work. Because I feel like once you learn how planes work, you realize a lot of how stupid your fears are. Like, when you really get into the nitty-gritty of it, like, oh, that's how planes work. Oh, aerodynamics are so awesome. Oh, like, looking at the stats is fine, but, like, I think what's helping me with my fear is, like, learning why it's safe. Which is also why I'm trying to tune out, like, a lot of the stories about plane crashes. And, like, how fucked our, like, air traffic, like, control is these days. Or at least I'm, like, reassured by the fact that most of my trip will be done on foreign waters and foreign lands. So I'm sure they got great air traffic controllers over there, and I'll be fine. I'm sure Europe will help me. They'll save me if I fall out of the sky. But it is really cool. I'm at least glad that like that we're flying overnight. So that means I actually don't know if we'll be able to see like the sunrise on the plane. I think that would be really cool. But I also don't want to be that guy who has my window open while everyone's trying to sleep. I don't think I'll be able to sleep on the plane though, honestly. But by the time we land, it'll be night, and I don't know, time zones are weird. I generally don't know what I'll be able to see. I hope I get a window seat though. I should ask my friend. We should get a window. I want a window seat so bad. That sounds so fun. I mean, it's kind of a pain when you want to go to the bathroom, I guess. But I don't. But the only other option's like a middle seat, and the middle seat's always so awkward. So I want to at least get a window seat. And maybe try the. I tried on my last plane trip. Because I knew, at that point, I knew I was gonna be flying international soon. So I kind of like microdosed myself on looking outside the window, saying, hey, it's not scary, see? It's so pretty outside, look at this, look at this clouds, look at this. One thing that helps with my fear though, like when I get really anxious, is I imagine everything below me is like a little like, you know, like people make those fake plastic sets, like cities and such, when they're making like their like when they're doing little train sets and they drive them around. Like they make like fake mountains and fake towns, and then they put the train tracks down, their little toy train drives through them. I imagine the land below is just like toys. And we're just, it's not that far, it's just an illusion. It's just a little plastic toy. And I don't know. The whimsy reassures me, I guess. Is the easiest way to put that. The whimsy is reassuring. But they're fun, you know. They're fun in concept, and I'm trying to make them fun again in my heart. I wish we had trains across the ocean though, honestly. Even if that would take probably like a week to get across. I couldn't do boats at least. I can't do boats. I feel like I would love boats with all my heart and soul if I did not get seasick so easily. I remember when I was a kid, we went on a whale watching trip. Me and my family, we went on a whale watching trip. And my mom was like, I know you have problems with motion sickness, so here's some anti-nausea medication. I took it, it was the worst shit I've ever tasted, and it made me nauseous before I even got on the boat. And I got on the boat and I felt worse. I don't think I even saw any whales. I feel like I saw a tip of like a seal, but I was too out of it. And then we got off and she was like, maybe we shouldn't go on a whale watching trip after all. I have an even more humiliating story though with my seasickness. I was in elementary school, and this is the 5th grade. So this is the last like year the school serviced. So they wanted to do a special fun trip for the oldest kids. And the special fun trip is what's a trip to like a kind of like a marine research facility, and we got to ride in a boat, like a really nice boat, for like an hour. And I was just like, ma'am, teacher, I'm kind of seasick. I don't know if I can handle the boat. And she's like, nobody throws up on the boat. You'll be fine. I threw up on the boat like 20 minutes in. And I had fun for 5 minutes, and then I spent the next 50 minutes holding back my vomit as we went around the boat. And then we finally had to do fun stuff. I threw up over the side of the boat, and I had to spend the rest of the ride just laying down because I couldn't do it. I just felt so sick, and they're just like, well, we can't just turn around and go back, so just lay here. And I was like, damn. And then, of course, kids notice these kinds of, I threw up in front of everybody. Like, my vomit hit the side of the boat. So when we got on land, like, everyone was talking about it. To each other, not to me. But I could hear them, and that's the worst part. And then as soon as I got back to school, like, we got back to school, like, I think it was like a couple class periods ago. And then within like an hour of getting back, and one recess later, everyone was like, I heard you threw up over the side of the boat. Like they would ask me, like they were getting some like cool news scoop. I heard you threw up over the side of the boat. Is that true? And I was like, yeah. Like, oh my god. And then they would just walk away. Like they wouldn't even make fun of me. They just wanted to know. I'm pretty sure some people did make fun of me for it though, because they're kids. Kids do that stuff. But it was just, like, I'm not even, like, it's not, like, it's like whatever to me. But it's so funny. No one goes up over the side of the boat. Unless you're me. Unless you're me, then you go over the side of the boat. And you become a legend. Ah, school trips. There was also this one time I got kicked off a school trip. It was kind of my fault basically, but it was the teacher mostly, but it was just kind of like a... I had a really angry teacher, I think, for my I forgot it was last year. Yeah, it was the same year. And she would constantly like over-punish kids because her class was just kind of like not very well behaved. But she was very strict. And she would just like bar people from the... If she just was in a bad mood and if you did one thing wrong, she would just be like, you're not getting a lunch. You're not getting a recess. We have a trip coming up. You're not going on that. And I said one thing to a kid. Like, I think I was, like, the kid was playing with a sticky hand. Like, one of the sticky, and he threw it on the ceiling and it got stuck there. I fell down. And I was just like, haha, that's funny. I want a sticky hand too. I said that for, like, something along those lines. And then she looked at the kid next to me. He wasn't even talking. I initiated the conversation. And then she was like, you're not going on the trip. To the kid I was talking to, and not to me. And then I just looked over. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But the trip was like going to the woods and releasing fish, so I don't really know if he missed out on much. I couldn't be real. Because we were raising like steelhead trouts, I think. And we're gonna release them in the river. And that was the whole trip. So I don't know. At least we weren't going to a theme park or a museum or somewhere cool. We have a really cool museum nearby though. It was like my favorite place to go to as a kid, but I never got to go outside of school, so I didn't get to see like a lot of it. I'm not gonna say the name of it because it's like in a big city, and I don't want to dox myself. But it was like a place with like a lot of sciencey stuff for kids to play with. To say it vaguely. And they had like this like virtual like computer game world thing. And it was like the coolest thing to like 10-year-old me. They also had an earthquake simulator because why not? We love earthquakes. I've only ever lived through one earthquake though. I've only ever felt one earthquake in my life. Actually, two. There was one where I actually did have to get under the table. I think a couple things fell. And another one, I was just like, I think I woke up in the middle of the night and I just felt some like shaking. And I was like, huh, was that an earthquake? So I opened Twitter and I just see earthquake trending and I'm just like, yeah, okay, so there was an earthquake. I'm going back to bed. Oh. You know, one more funny school story, actually. This also took place in 5th grade, because I guess everything happened in 5th grade. But for Christmas, we had a little, like, Secret Santa thing. We had a Secret Santa thing. Where, basically, I don't remember how it worked exactly, but they brought in a bunch of gifts. They brought in a bunch of, like, wrapped stuff. And they had it separated by gender. So, like, girls could only pick the pink boxes and boys could only pick the blue boxes. I guess. I guess. And which is very unfortunate for people like me who don't have many girly interests. So I got stuck with stuff I didn't like. But regardless, it was like a random lottery kind of thing. Or, like, basically, they would pick a student randomly and the student could pick a box. And, like, I forgot how it worked. They could, like, I think rock, paper, scissors over boxes if someone else wanted that one too. It was a weird system. But there were some really big prizes too. There were, like, ultra prizes amongst, like, the normal prizes. And I forgot what the girls' ultra prize was, but the, like, ultra prize for the boys was a whole, like, plug-and-play console. Like, you know, the ones you plug in the game and you plug it in and it just has a game right there, like installed already. They had a whole plug and play console. I think we got like a paint set. I think it was a nice paint set or like something like that for the girls. And I got like a rock paint set. And I don't remember what I did with it. I don't remember what I did with it. I'm not very artsy, unfortunately. I haven't like paint artsy. I'm not very much of a paint person. I've tried to learn to draw, but I'm not very good at it. But yeah, I was so jealous. I was just like, why can't I get the console? Why can't I get the video game? That's not fair. This is teacher, please make an exception. I remember I had a couple of those over the years. There was actually like used to have a bootleg one that I got from I think it was probably from a flea market because it definitely was like loaded with like ROM hacks instead of like the original games. Like it had some ROM hack stuff, but also had some like just like I think it was loaded like NES games. Cause like I think people have talked about this online, but the Super Panda Bros like ROM hack. Yeah, it was on. It was like you plug it in, it would give you a list of 50 games, and I played shit out of Super Panda Bros. Before I ever touched a Mario game. It's basically just Mario with pandas instead of Mario and stuff. And it also had like the elevator game and some other stuff. It had 50 games. We played it quite a bit, me and my sister. It was really cool. It's always fun. I really miss flea markets. We don't have one anymore, but they always have really fun stuff there. Like I got a Game Boy Advance for like 20. I got Game Boy Advance and like a bootleg of Pokemon Sapphire at a flea market for 20 bucks, I think. And unfortunately, the bootleg cartridge didn't work very well. It froze after 5 minutes, so I didn't use it much and I just threw it out, honestly. But I had a bunch of Game Boy Advance games. But I still have this one that I really loved as a kid. Pokemon Red Rescue Team. I had my old Pokemon Red Rescue Team still. I don't have the box. I just have the game. But I played through the whole game again on the Game Boy Advance. And I was like, I love this. But I played it with a Trico partner, which was really painful, honestly. That was painful. Because you have the entire Fugitives arc, and all the bosses, I think, have like a advantage over grass types, so you just kind of suffer and die if you try to fight them. But luckily I was playing an Eevee, which meant I had the forbidden power of Attract, and Attract was like fucking broken in that game. So I would be able to just like use that move on the bosses, and I just level grind the dungeon until we could beat it before it snapped out of Attract. I loved Red Rescue Team. I used to play it on my little DS Lite, but I didn't know how to handle electronics, so I broke it in half. And then I got a DSi, and that one doesn't have a Game Boy Advance port, and I was very sad about that. But I have pictures. I used to take pictures on it. I still have it, but I took the battery out because I need to replace the battery, and someone threw out the battery, and now I don't know what battery goes in it. So I'm like, damn. I should try just getting some battery. I'm not sure if the parts are hard to find though, the battery. Whatever. Whatever. Old electronics. A DS Lite. I'm sure there's a way it could have been salvaged, so I could still play Game Boy games on it. I remember I used to take it to school on Fridays, my little DS Lite, and I would show the kids, and I'd be like, "Yes, be careful though, it'll turn off if you move this too much." I used to love bringing my DS to school. It was so fun. I would show them how good I was at Pokemon Ranger, the original. You know, like the Shadows of Almian Guardian signs have like the mechanic that like fills the gauge, but no, I was raised in Pokemon Ranger, the original, the scary one. The scary one where you have to like You have to loop around Entei 50 times. Uninterrupted. No gauge. No countdown. Just do it. But it wasn't that hard once you got used to it, honestly. They only gave like the Pokemon really chaotic patterns, I think, when you in the later games. When you kind of had to stop, and when the game's like, alright, they can stop and wait for as long as it takes. Though I still really like Shadows of Almia. Even if like I never get the, like, I constantly like, mooched off my sister's copy until I could get it on Wii U. I really like that game. It's fun. It's my favorite. Also, though I also admit I have a soft spot for the evil team in Guardian Signs. They're just old people that want to live forever. Like, they're like the old people federation, and like, we want to be immortal. They're funny. Alright. Stretching my limbs. I think I'm gonna do a little sprint, and then I'm gonna take a break because I need to get something to drink. I need to lock in. I can finish this chapter. It's almost done. Well, I think it's one more sprint. Close to done. I remember in elementary, a friend took his DS with the Ratatouille game because he was stuck in a level, but none of us could figure it out. Those like low budget games. Those low budget games always have like the most brutal like difficulty curves. There's this fucking playground game I used to play as a kid. I might talk more about it after this one, but TDLR, it was really hard in the higher levels and I could never fully beat it. It was really hard. I wish I could find it again. I wonder if it still works. I'll find a ROM of it. And I could play it. Like, actually, it's probably out there somewhere. We're writing! I'm the writer. Mm. 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 Awesome. Mm. 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 Mhm. Mm. 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 Oh yay, we did it! Alright, I think I just about finished this chapter. Oh, I had to just lock in. It's done. I think? Okay, wait, no. I'm almost done. I forgot I didn't finish this scene. Wait, actually, I could finish it with a sentence more. Okay, there we go. What the... Okay, there we go. There we go. About done. Now I can make a new folder. Call it Chapter 31. There we go. And I can make a new document. There we go. A beautiful blank document. Yay, we love the blank document. There will be words there soon. I need a sip though. My throat's hurting. My drink shot me in the eye. It misted me in the eye. That's okay. I have a thing. I don't know why, but I like whenever, like, it's like a little fidgeting thing, but I like peeling the cap back on drinks and then just like tightening it as much as possible and untightening it. That's how I'm satisfied. I even have a callus on my finger from how often I do it because it would just like rub the skin there and now it's just calloused. It's strong and beautiful. Speaking of like finger calluses, okay, I thought I had a story, but I guess I didn't. I was thinking back on it reminded me. I mentioned before I used to do like band school. And I played the clarinet for a couple years. Unfortunately, I did not get very far with it. And I couldn't hit the high notes. I could not figure out why. I don't know if I was blowing it in the wrong way, or if my clarinet was just not very good. I don't know, my mom donated it, so hopefully it's good for somebody else out there. But I used to play that. I don't remember much about it anymore. But you know what is one instrument that I really have wanted to learn for a while? And I actually have one in my room that I'll learn with. I've always wanted to play the guitar. I've always wanted to play the guitar. And it's because I'm a big fan of like girl band anime, like K-On! And Bocchi and Girls Band Cry. Two of those are newer shows, but you know, or like, I think I have guitars, right? I was thinking another show, but anyways, that girl band shows, they look so fun, and I've always wanted to learn to play guitar, so I bought a guitar. Like I think like a few months after I finished watching Bocchi, because it revived my desire. So I've had it there. But the speaker I got for it is like very quiet. It's a very quiet speaker. So it doesn't, damn, dude. You know what? Maybe you should get out of this chat. There we go, band. Get out of here. I was just talking about guitars. I was just doing my silly little thing, and someone's like, "I gotta be a hater, I guess." But they're gone, unfortunately. They got to put their they were like my final message, and I was just like, goodbye. But anyways, I was talking about guitar. So I have a guitar that I bought, but the speaker I got, I thought my guitar was like not working, because I got an electric one. And I plugged my speaker and I couldn't hear it, and I thought it wasn't working for the longest time, and then I realized no. It is working. It's just very quiet. So I think I still have the cord, like the speaker and everything, but like I just haven't set it up in a while. Like I know I need to sit down and just like learn, because like once you get some like chords down, you can just start like practicing that. But I don't know. I gotta just do it. If I want to do it, I just gotta do it. Like there's so many YouTube videos. I already have like a playlist bookmarked of like videos I found that seem like good places to start learning, and I just don't watch them. Like, it would be so cool. Imagine I could bust out my guitar. I probably had to get a different mic at some point. A better mic. But imagine I could just bust out my guitar and start playing shit on stream. That'd be crazy. I've always wanted to, cause like, I don't think I'm very good at like, I don't think I'd be good singing if I tried to learn. But I have like had like delusion moments of like, if I could learn to play guitar, I could. I've had that I could play songs on stream that I like acoustic versions. I'm like, that would be cool. That would be cool. Or I could learn, like, there's lots of rock songs I really like, and if I get good enough, maybe I can learn to do the songs I like. Like, that'd be awesome, but I don't know. It's also a bit hard to hold, I admit. But maybe it's just like a hands thing. But also I think if I just got used to it, it wouldn't be so bad. You know, I don't know. We'll see, maybe I'll lock in one day and it'll be beautiful. It would be very cool. And I also wanted to learn piano for a while, but I don't know. I'm not getting a piano. I don't have room for that kind of thing right now. There's barely any room as is. Crazy? I was crazy once. How does that go again? They put me in the rubber room with rats in it. Every time I hear that thing, like, I don't know where it's from, but every time I just imagine, like, that one scene from 1984 where, like, they were, like, torturing the guy for daring to think he can oppose the system. and like they're torturing him and his girlfriend, and like strap a cage of hungry rats to his face. And he's like, no, no, and that's what like it breaks him, and he rats out his girlfriend, pun intended, I guess. And like it's cool. She rat you out too. And they just stop talking after that. They get released, and then they both just stop talking to each other after that. Which is like fair. The book's crazy. It was one of the, like, I admit I skimped out on a lot of reading in high school, but that was one of the books I did read, because I was curious about it. It's crazy. I still think about the fact that, like, a fourth of it is just, like, a fake book inside a book. Talking about how this is exactly what we do to manipulate society. And they're just like, yeah, I mean, we gave you, like, the answers. We already told you how we manipulate society, but what are you gonna do about it, huh? What are you gonna do about it, little bitch boy? Like, they don't care if the people know. The people have to be able to do something about it. And it's like, damn, you're right. Like, that they have to be able to prove it. It's a crazy book. It's a crazy book. I read that. What other books did I actually read in school instead of reading Spark Notes? Actually, no, I didn't read Pride and Prejudice. I read Spark Notes. I did have Spark Notes, but also I had to pull quotes. So I had an actual copy, so I'd read the Spark Notes, skim the chapter, find a quote I could write bullshit a paragraph about, and I slapped that in. I got like a 90% on that assignment win. And then I think I actually did read Catcher in the Rye. I did read that book. I read Animal Farm. I didn't skip that one. I think I read Things Fall Apart. What are books I read? I read Ender's Game and The Book Thief. I actually really liked The Book Thief. I remember I liked that book so much, I would read it in history class and my teacher would get mad at me for it. She'd be like, stop reading. I'm doing a lecture here. And I'd be like, okay. put my book away. What other books did I read? Desperately trying to have it come back. Oh, we read Night. We read... What else did we read? I swear, there's one that's like on the Metamorphosis. I read the Metamorphosis by Kafka. And actually really figured out that I like Kafka's work from there. I've read another book of his recently. Because I wanted to read something old. Because I usually just read like nonfiction stuff that I find interesting. I've been reading this one about like horrific like science shit. Or just illegal science shit. And I think the funniest one... Okay, I'll get back to Kafka in a second. But I need to talk about that book. Because the funniest chapter in it, because there's chapters like horrific shit. And some of it's just like petty science wars. Like, you know, like what are their names again? Edison and Nikola, however you say his name. Like that, all the shit that happened between those two. And another one about these two like premier paleontologists and the absolute fight they'd have over those fucking animal bones. And like how they would like trick each other into thinking they were fake dinosaurs when actually they had the real dinosaur. Or they would sabotage each other's dig sites and shit. It was crazy. I love harmless science rivalries. They're so funny. There's some horrific shit in there, but those are the funny tidbits. Though honestly, Thomas Edison thing wasn't that funny actually. I forgot that was the funny bit. The not funny bit was how they would electrocute people. It was just like, yeah, he was so petty he invented a torturous form of execution. It's like, that's not good. Don't do that. You should be funny about it. It's not funny. And I was gonna talk about Kafka. I read The Castle. Because I want to read another book of his. I want to read more. I want to read more of his works. Like The Trial. I want to read that one. But I read The Castle. And it's funny because when I read it, I jokingly called in my head the book that TikTok is scared of. Because I don't know, like that one TikTok of like that one reader who's just like, if I see a page and it's just like a full paragraph, no breaks, I skip it. Which is probably a troll TikTok. I think about it because the entire book is just paragraphs with no breaks because he wrote it like to be read orally before, and he was gonna like edit and like proper novel. when he was done with it, and he never finished the story. So it's just big blocks of dialogue. It's really big blocks of dialogue. Characters can get really long-winded in that book, and a lot of it's just conversations. But it's interesting. It's very interesting, especially the protagonist. I find the protagonist really interesting because in some respects you can really understand him, but then like he just keeps going and you're just like, dude, stop, stop, stop. You're making things worse. Stop. Just, oh my god. Because he's like, it's like man against system kind of thing, but the man is just so infuriating when it comes to standing against the system. You kind of when by the end he's lost everything, you just kind of don't feel bad for him anymore. It's like, I feel bad for you at first because this seemed ridiculous, but now you're just digging your own grave here by being kind of a little asshole. And because like, yeah, because the book ends with him losing his like fiance and also losing his job, the one job he was able to get in the town. And he can't leave either because he needs to do the job he was originally sent to do. But he can't because the job apparently was not needed. And instead of just accepting his losses and leaving, he just stays there and just makes everything worse for himself. And it's like, dude, you could have had it all if you just left earlier. But the town is a black hole on which nothing escapes, no joy or happiness. But yeah, it's a interesting read. And it does, like, apparently the original version was edited to like get rid of all chunk at the end, but I read the version it just like has all the text, so it just kind of cuts off. Like it starts moving into a new plot and it cuts off, and like it's like reading it, I can absolutely see why Kafka like never finished it, why he abandoned it, like as someone else who has also abandoned projects, because it very much felt like it was like it was a conclusion. It definitely felt like he was concluding a big part of the story, and I could feel like when he was getting to the next part, he was probably staring at the page like, what the hell is gonna happen next? And probably was like, god, this story, and he probably got hit with like, god, this story's ass actually, and just didn't work on it ever again, and then he died young. Very unfortunate. But I think it's cool kind of to see, like, even if it's like a kind of a like it's a very like hard, not exactly the most reader friendliest work, it's kind of interesting to see like the like first draft experience of his works, and how a lot of people still liked it. A lot of people still really like it. I mean, it has gone through editors now, obviously, people, editors, translators and stuff. Like, I wasn't reading the original German, obviously. I wasn't reading it in German, I was reading a translation. So it's probably at least like not, but more cleaned up than it was in its raw form, you know? But it's interesting to think about. Especially with the state of the industry and how like editors are increasingly, I feel like, getting not enough time to do their job. So I read like self-published stuff with genuinely better editing than something published, and I'm like, what are we doing here? Not saying that like published works always have better editing. Like, it really depends on how much effort you put into it, but like you can tell when editors are not being given time. But yeah, it's interesting. And there was another book I read before that was like, what was his name again? It was my first work by him. I have his other book that I heard was really good, but I decided to read this other one because the premise interested me a bit more. Thomas Pynchon? I don't know how to say his last name. I don't even know if that was his first name. But it was what was it called again? I'm gonna look up his name. It was like, it took place in California. It took place in California, and it was like a detective kind of thing. Like, it was about a private investigator trying to figure out where the fuck his girlfriend and like this other guy, like, no, his girlfriend came to visit him, and it's just like, yeah, I'm in some deep shit, and she disappeared, and then he has to figure out what the hell's going on with her and the boyfriend she ran off with. So it's really rich dude, and it's just It was and it's just like, it was a crazy plot. It was going all over the place. And he also had some like really like complicated relationship with this cop. And also he was really into drugs. Like he was constantly smoking some shit all the time. So was everybody else around him, to be fair. Like everyone was always on some shit. God, where? I'm trying to find Inherent Vice. That's what it's called, Inherent Vice. Yeah, it's about like kind of the end of that kind of era of California, I suppose. I watched a detective show recently. It's muy bueno. Yeah. Oh, what's the name of the show? Yeah, tell me. I like detective shows. I like seeing detective stuff. I like mysteries in general. I'm a big mystery fan here. Yes, it was a very surreal plot. And it kind of went in a lot of directions and then resolved all those somehow. Like there was like a fucking like surf band guy who became like an agent, but he wanted out of that life so he could see his wife and kids again. It was crazy. Oh, it's very popular? Oh, I have to sleep it out then. Oh, True Detective. Okay, I will put that one on the mental list of things to check out. I like TV shows. I love TV shows. But yeah, he's written a lot of interesting books, this guy. They have this like another book of his in the library, Mason and Dixon. It's apparently really good, but it was very, very big, so it intimidated me. Oh, it's muy muy bueno. Alright. I gotta check it out then. I gotta. I saw so many good shows. I started watching Servants a while back, but I only got through 2 episodes, and then I put it down for a bit. One day, I'll get back to all those TV shows. Yeah, I think the other book I have of his is called something War? I think that's a war in the... Gravity's Rainbow. It doesn't have war in the title. I think it's about war in some aspect. So I heard it was very good. Apparently he has another book coming out soon. He's still out there. He has a book about Silicon Alley. I read that Silicon Valley almost, but now it's Manhattan. Never mind, I'm less interested. Maybe I'll read his new book coming out. Just to know. I need to read more newer books, I think. I've been reading a lot of old stuff, but I want to read newer books. I still need to finish Catch-22. It's so good, but but I just don't read it, I guess. But it's very good. I have so many books I need to read, honestly. Just in a big stack. They're haunting me. It's just the thing is, like, I just have a hard time setting aside time, I guess. Which isn't even that hard. It's just I need to get off Twitter. Stop scrolling Twitter. Start experiencing life. But it's also funny to just scroll Twitter. But I also need to get off and experience life too. That's very important. Oh yeah. You know, speaking of Catch-22, I heard there's like a TV show for it too also. And I heard it's actually pretty popular and decent. So I might watch it after I finish the book. Because I feel like, oddly enough, I feel like it would be a really funny TV show. Because it's a really funny book. Like, it's very dark, because it's about, like, World War II, I think. Or World War I? World War I. I don't know. It's about World War. I need to refresh myself on that. To be fair, I don't think it really specifically matters what war it's about. They're just at a war, and they're being forced to like continuously bomb people, and it's like, if you do this many missions, you'll be able to go home. Except they keep upping the amount, and if someone reaches the cap, they just put off sending them home until they have to raise the cap again. And the protagonist is a guy who just like keeps trying to avoid dying. And I just kept past the part where he almost dies, and he goes to like have sex with a woman in another country who he has a very weird exchange with. Because they both want each other, but they also don't want to want each other. So they just play games with each other and then end up regretting their choices, which is awesome. And there's also this fucking character named like Major, and his like one of his majors is his title. And another of those majors is his name. His last name is a middle name, I think. And his dad named him that, and his mom was so pissed about it. And then he was always just like create like a joke for his name, which is kind of a joke. So, and then he was finally making friends, I think, in the army. And then they said to make him a major, and everyone just decided they hated his ass. They hated his ass, and now he has no friends. There's a bunch of weird characters in this book. They're very distinct people. It's so funny. You have like the realists, you have the clowns, you have the control freaks, and everyone's just like, there's like the whole like, you're like the whole like catch-22 shit. Just it's a really funny, it's a genuinely really funny book. The dialogue is very funny too. I really like the way the author writes the comedy. It's just the characters going in such weird circles with what they say. Like, it's hard to describe off the top of my head, but you know, it's just like the... you just gotta read it. You just gotta read it. I just gotta read it too. And I could watch a TV show. Alright, I think I should... I think it's been long enough of talking. I need to lock in again. I need to get to work on this new chapter. So apparently I am like quite a little bit away from hitting 200,000 words in this project. It'd be really cool if I could get closer to that. Okay, work timer. Let's go. Let's lock in. Wait, I need to remember what happened last time in this character. Hmm. 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 Wait a minute. It's so small. There we go. There we go. Always right with the world. Hmm. 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 I hate when I forget about a character in a scene. Now I have to go back and mention her. Yay, we did it! Another sprint. Another night of progress. I am making pretty decent progress. I'm moving the plot. I'm doing a little stretch now too, because I was very locked in. When I get really locked in, I get shrimpy. I have like I use my pillow, so I don't have to like be super stretched in on my chair. Because if I do that, I imagine I'd probably have worse posture. Like, you know, you lean back and you have your butt out and it's just like this empty space. And you just like, it just hurts, but it's also so cozy and comfortable. But also you shouldn't sit like that. It's bad. But also, shoulder. You know, like with my shoulder, there's probably something wrong with it. Because I've been prone to pain in my left shoulder. On occasion. I remember when I worked at this cashier job once, where I just stood at the cash register, I didn't really do much else. And it was just like, I would have really bad shoulder pain after only working 4 hours, but I don't know what happened with that job. I don't know what, maybe it's just the cursed energy, because I never had that bad shoulder pain at a job since. But it is a bit prone to pain and stress. I think it's probably just because of being my dominant hand, shoulder. Maybe it's just like I bend it forward more and so it just has more pressure on it compared to my other one. Just weird stuff like that. It's not so bad though. Stretchy, stretchy. I should go back to the library sometime soon, honestly. Oh, actually, I have been wanting to, because I remember there's this book that I was gonna get online, but I decided not to. I was like, the library probably has it, but I couldn't remember my login. Because if you want to check out certain books, there's like an app or a website, and you can use that to like search their catalog. But I couldn't remember my login. They gave me a sticky note, but I definitely threw that sticky note away. I definitely threw it away because I couldn't find it anywhere. And I couldn't remember my login. So I can't access the catalog, so I can't preserve the book. I had a penalty in my account for a while though because I checked out a book and then didn't return it for several months because I checked out with another book and I got struck with the other book and then I got busy and then I finally finished the book and like luckily our library is very forgiving. We have a very forgiving library. Because it doesn't have overdue fees. We don't have overdue fees. Instead, it's like if you don't return the book, you just have to pay for the book until you return it. They just put a charge in your account. And if it goes over $25, you can't check out anything else. But like if you keep stuff late, it's fine. Like you don't get charged. You only get charged if you like completely lose the book. And then only then, if you only get over a certain amount. They don't really do like fee chasing as far as I can tell. You just can't check out stuff anymore if you do too many crimes, I guess. But we also have like those like little libraries. The, like more informal ones where you just take a book and you just have to either bring it back or leave another book, I think, is the idea. I don't remember if it's like you bring another book or if like you just bring it back when you're done with it to the exact same library, but you know, those little libraries, those are cute. Even if the books usually aren't very good, from what I see. No offense, but it's a cute idea, just like... Obviously, if you let strangers decide the quality, it's not gonna be much variety. But... it's a very nice library, honestly, because like the thing is, if you want a book, you can like get it from anywhere in the system, and they can just bring it to the library you want, like you're closest to. So if a book you want is only available in like so and so library, which is like half an hour drive away, up the mountain both ways, you could just be like, hey, can you bring it to this library? And you can request it, and I'll just bring it there. Remember they used to have DVDs, like these alphabet DVDs? But I think one of them was corrupted, and I never saw the end. And the way it cut out on it was like cartoons about the alphabet. And the way it cut out at the end was like people chasing this poor animal, and I never figured out how it ended. Because the DVD was corrupted, and I've tried to find that series, because I want to know how it ends, but I can never do it. I can never find it. DVD series about animals in alphabet. Let's see. At library. Wait, I think I found it. No, I didn't find it. About animals and words? I wish I could remember what it was called. It's gonna haunt me forever, not knowing how it ends. Maybe it'll be the last thing I see before I die. The ending to that cartoon. I'll be like, ah yes, I can pass in peace. But yeah. The library has I hear some libraries that let you check out video games. I don't think our libraries let you do that. Let's look it up. Oh, I think my playlist ended. Send stuff from the beginning. There we go. The music's back. Oh, they have a summer reading thing going on. Oh, it ended a while ago, huh? Let's see. What do they... Oh, they have online books. See? They have the online books. I have a Kindle, actually. But it has like a bunch of light novels on it, because that's why I put it on it as a kid. Oh, they have sheet music and magazines? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, some like libraries have some really cool stuff. In research, I don't know. Library card kind of fucks, honestly. Yeah, they have a bunch of... Oh yeah, lendable tech. You can borrow laptops and shit there if you need it. Like, you know, if you... Like for a class or something, I guess. Oh yeah, and they have computers there. I remember they would have all like the manga and comics in one place, and they would have the computers right over there. I think they put something new in that section though. I haven't really explored my library renovations all that much. But I should. I should go back, now that I'm no longer embarrassed to go there. I need to check to see if I'm still penalized. I don't think I am. I think once you return a book, you're good. And I returned it like forever ago. So I should be good. In theory. But I need to go find out. I'm gonna drink more of my drink. My throat hurts. I've been yapping. Nom nom nom. Nom nom nom. I'll check my account later. I'll do it tonight. Finally. I needed to... I think I need my phone for it, but I just didn't feel like getting up. But now I'm using my phone, obviously, so I can't just go check right now. It's okay. Later. Alright, let's do one last sprint, and we'll wind down for the night, I think. Cause it's getting close to 1 AM. My time. Which is about usually when I call it, but we'll see. Maybe I won't call it. Maybe we'll see. But I want to try doing one more. And I'll see how I feel. Okay. Lock in. Lock in. Lock in. Ooh. Scooching in my seat. Hmm. Mm. 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 Oh, yeah. It's fine. Yeah, there we go. Calling your bitch betrayed the nature. Hmm. 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 Oh, yay! I'm blinking. My eyes are starting to get kind of tired. They're already kind of tired earlier. Yay! We did it! Another 15 minutes. Oh, I'm gonna shift. I am getting kind of tired though. I think that was the last one I had in me. I think it might have been the last one I had in me. But there's so much productivity happening today. I got like over like 2,000 words down, which is pretty darn good. You know, these sprints are honestly really awesome. It's like, I see the timer and I have to lock in. I mean, it's not an actual timer, but I do have my funny little alert thing going off for 15 minutes, which helps me. I look up and I'm like, it's still going. I have to keep going. And then I hear, yeah. And I'm like, oh yes, we did it. And I see how much I did, and it's like, oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. Oh yeah, I think I got like a decent chunk through. I think I'm good calling it there. Awesome, we love getting things done. It's the best feeling ever. But yeah, I'm going to that's enough of the music. I think I'm going to end it for the night. I've been on the tired side. I don't know when I'm going to stream next. I think I was aiming for Friday in my mind. For Friday night. And then maybe Saturday. I'm off Saturday. I had something I wanted to do Saturday. But after the thing, maybe. We'll see. It's kind of hard, fast and loose in my brain. It was fun. It was nice talking to you. It's nice talking to people. I love just yapping and having conversations with people. It's very fun. I will see everyone Friday, I'm gonna say. I'll put on the little schedule thing. Friday, definitely. Same time. Maybe. Actually, I work later. Maybe a bit later. I'll probably be a bit later. I forgot I work an extra hour on that day. But after that, I will be here. And I won't have work the next day. So I'll be able to stay up as long as I want. But yeah, good night! Thank you for joining me in my little yap writing stream. See ya! Bye bye!